Hello and welcome to Davis Permanent Cosmetics. This is another video for the potential clients out there, or maybe for some clients who've had permanent makeup done before and are just wondering how do we decide what colour to use specifically for eyebrows this is. So I shall show you, if you don't know, as part of a consultation, picking colour is one of the most important things. I was always trained to, and still always do, obviously I'm using the viewer on this camera to do this, so I'm coming forward a little bit. I always do a tiny dot on the skin just above the brow, and you can see how dark the hair strokes or the actual tattooing will be when initially it's first tattooed. Above it, the smudge is as close to the healed colour as we can estimate. Sometimes it's slightly off, but if there's any red in there or if there's a bit of a cooler colour, it should show up when we do the little smudge and it shows the haze. So if there's anything we're looking to avoid when we see it there, we discount that pigment. I don't just choose one, of course, because we want to compare a few different colours. So I shall use this one as well, and if I were to just dry that bit of pigment up there, again, the dots are fairly dark in similarity. The first colour is slightly darker than the other one, I'm sure you can see that, even though I'm flooded with artificial light here. Now this one is even lighter still, so I'm going to pop this one just over here. What we're looking for, if it's not obvious, is the natural eyebrow hair colour. Obviously I've got quite a lot of eyebrow hair colour, so we'd be looking to match that really, but it's always important that we take into consideration the client's skin tone, eye colour, eyebrow hair colour as I just mentioned, and then head hair colour. Pretty obvious my head hair colour isn't what I was born with. Mine is actually dark brown. I think that surprises some people, but it is. So we would also need to take that into consideration, because you can fool people with dyeing your hair, but you can't fool how tattooed pigment will behave once it's into your skin. So lots of things to bear in mind. Whenever I'm doing an appointment with a client, I'll look to try and advise and steer them as best I can, but I like to give people a choice. So at this point, I'll be popping on the last colour to choose from. I don't always use this many. I try and keep to 3 or 4, but we keep going until we get it right, and we've chosen a colour that we both like. I might need to go and grab a mirror quickly, because with these lights it's quite tricky for me to have a look, so bear with me. Okay, so if I come nearer just so that you guys can get a good view too. I'm actually quite drawn to this one, which is probably the darkest one. It doesn't have the yellowy orange haze around it like some of these other ones do, which tells me they're a bit too warm, and in 6 months time we might end up with slightly orangey looking brows. I'm sure lots of people have seen that with people who've had their eyebrows tattooed. They go a sort of salmony pink or a slightly orangey colour. I quite like that one, and that one's not a million miles away from my natural eyebrow hair colour. Something else that I always do, and I'm sure a lot of people who do this for a job will probably disagree with me. If anyone is ever unsure, if a client's slightly nervous and they think, I'd rather go with a light one, when you come back for your free retouch, because I do a free retouch for my clients 6 weeks after the initial tattooing of the brows, if when they come back they say, yeah, I've got used to them now, they're faded slightly, can we revisit the colour palette? Obviously I'm happy to do this again, put these colours on just to familiarise the client, or re-familiarise the client, just so they can see what the choices are, and if they want to go a little bit darker when they're feeling slightly more comfortable, braver, then we're happy to do that. So just to give you an idea, that is how we conduct the consultation element of the appointment. Once we've done that, we start drawing them on. I'll do a video about that another time. I would need to have a model present. I can't really draw it on myself and do a video at the same time. But if you have any questions about any elements of the